Well, welcome everyone to the Peak News. I'm Frank Sinclair, and you are.
Lisa Sinnott.
We are here from the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa, substituting for the great Haim Goldman, the Watchman. And you're listening to AM 1460 FM 101.1, The Answer. We're also live streaming on Facebook at the Peak News Media and YouTube at the Peak News. The Peak, we say the quiet stuff out loud.
The Peak News is a truth telling and First Amendment defending broadcast and internet news source for citizens of the Pikes Peak region. And we invite you to join us as a citizen journalist, tech intern, guest, and or sponsor. All of the info on our website is at www.thepeak.news.
We're brought to you by Springs Dentist and Dr. Craig Summer, Holistic Dentistry in Colorado Springs, and other sponsors as well.
So, today's show, we are going to be focusing on business and culture. Our guest today for the hour is Mr. Brandon Eldridge, Executive Director of SBDC. Welcome, Brendan.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
And the beautiful Heather McBroom, for the two of you who may not know her as well, she is the executive director of Thrive Network. Welcome to the Peak News.
Thank you.
All right. So today we're going to talk about business and culture and, of course, the Peak Rants with just a guy, Jim Miller.
Indeed. And let's give these two incredible humans, Lisa, an opportunity for them to tell our audience who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Give us just a high level summary of the Thrive Network.
Okay.
Heather.
The Thrive Networks is a nonprofit organization focused on Southeast Colorado Springs. We offer a number of programs, but what we're known for mostly is our free entrepreneurship incubator program. It is a 6-month program, very intense, really taking people with an idea that they want to start a business or those very early stages all the way through to building the foundation for their business.
Indeed, they are. I've had the privilege of working with the Thrive Network myself. You run an incredible program.
Yes, we had a
Thank
graduate
you.
on our show today as well
We
from
did
Thrive
indeed.
Network.
Yes. Wasn't that fun?
Yes.
And you're talking about the only two people that don't know Heather. There's probably half a person
Right?
that doesn't know this next guy. Brandon, Small
Brandon.
Business Development Center. Tell us a little bit.
Well, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Sorry, I'm catching my breath still here, but so Small Business Development Center, we're the Pikes Peak SBDC. We cover all of El Paso and Teller County, and we're helping small businesses grow and thrive in our region. So we do a lot of low-cost workshops. Some of them are even free. And then we have 45 advisors on our team. And last year we did around 2,000 hours of free advice to the community. And so we're out there just really looking for ways to help you bridge some gaps and maybe some information that you don't know on what you need to know to run your business. So that's what we're here for.
Awesome.
You mean, Lisa, that there's actually people that don't know what they're doing when they go into business?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, just to name a few.
Oh, I bet you're not busy at all, are you?
Well, between Heather and I think we really have all the right resources, and we can't do this alone. And I think that's what's great about the Pikes Peak region is there's a lot of resources out here for folks that are running their small business. And so, yes, we are busy, but it's a good busy. We're helping economic development. We're helping folks employ other people, and we're helping them grow their own businesses so they can put food on their table for their own families. So,
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
How important is that?
Yeah.
Right? We want to thank all of our sponsors and that are here. Thank them for bringing you to Peak by patronizing their businesses. Please patronize the businesses of the sponsors of this show. They're doing great work by having our voices get out to the community. I'm Frank Sinclair, and she is.
Lisa Sinnott.
And you're listening to The Peak on AM 1460 and FM 101.1, The Answer. After a short break, it'll be time to come back and talk about our weekly themes and headlines and commentaries. with our incredible guest, Brandon Eldridge from SBDC, Small Business Development Center, and the always fantastic Heather McBroom from the Thrive Network. We'll be right back.
All right, let's take a quick selfie.
Like, are we allowed
Okay,
to-
ready?
Uh-huh.
Frank, get in here. Oops.
You gotta come this way, or
Okay.
All right.
That's
Sorry,
awesome.
man.
Oh, it's all good.
Sorry I jacked you up like
My-
I
that.
was just thinking of all the locations that I've been on your show. The slide, the flavor slide,
Yep.
the one that was at 2020 Academy
Yeah.
here.
Have-
think I've
you
been
were
there.
downtown
Well,
as
you
well.
weren't downtown. You didn't make it there.
No,
To
I don't think so.
Epicentral. Never made it there.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? How long does this commercial break go for?
I don't know.
Okay.
My guy come back and tell me when we're done.
This is
You heard some
live.
bumper music. Yeah, it's live radio.
And does it get
You're on
recorded?
Facebook Live right now.
Oh, hey, Facebook
So
Live.
they
Let's
hear
go.
Everything.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so then this is recorded and saved on the website
Uh-huh.
or on the Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So you should be able to extract quite a bit.
Right from the peak.
Mhm.
Love it. Love it. All right.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hey, it seems like it's been forever.
Always. So much happens.
Was it something he said?
You guys sound amazing. Hey, Brandon.
Hi. How you doing?
I don't know if we ever actually met
I don't think so.
because you've been on the show and since I actually started. So
Okay, sweet. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. I know we've talked and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's Hames' boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we've talked many times.
Yeah, Zach Baldwin.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, we've talked a bunch. So
Yeah.
good stuff, man. Good
Yeah.
to meet you finally.
I'm one of the Pikes boys.
One of
Yeah,
there's
one
6
of
of
them.
you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
5 boys.
Five
Okay,
boys,
good
yeah.
job.
Baby making
Good job.
machine.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
They're all boys.
I love it.
Cool. All right. Well, Brandon, can I get you any water or coffee?
Oh, water would be beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks,
So
Zach.
they want to refill water or anything.
I'm good. I'll be
Heather,
like,
you good?
I'm good.
if I do any more, I'll be running to the
Is there anything that we need to talk about today? We're just talking.
just yeah.
We're just
Just
chatting.
fall leave. We got you.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know, we're really
got it.
shy, so.
Yeah, right?
Make note of something if you do have something coming up that you want to mention.
Okay, I'd like to talk about Small Business Week if possible.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. I just went over this outline this morning.
What's that?
I just went over the outline this morning.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's us.
I love it.
I've
You
been
can
so
do it,
busy.
do it.
I've been so busy lately, man. It's been a trip.
I love it. I love it. That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
I ain't complaining.
And you're always looking fresh when you do. Look at that tie.
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
I need to give me one of those. The yellow.
hmm
It's a good look.
I'm talking about.
With
Good
the
luck.
orange.
Uh-huh.
How we blended
I
them.
like
DAV,
it,
baby,
yeah.
all day long. $2.99. Are you out of your mind?
Where did you guys You're wild. Thank you. Where did you guys just MC at?
I cannot.
What?
You
We
just
weren't
posted.
MC, we were city champions at the dinner.
The
The
boss
soul-
babe.
Soulful.
Oh, soulful dinner.
Yeah,
Oh.
Vladimir Saturday night.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
We just
amazing.
made
I saw the
Video.
pictures.
Course meal was so good.
Was
So
it?
good. Mhm.
Katie is doing so
Oh,
amazing.
jealous.
I had food up to here. I was so full.
Me
I was
too.
like-
Jealous.
I feel like I was on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it was so
W-
much
like
fun.
all you can eat?
Yeah.
By the way, I see you guys all pointed to the live stream. So if you haven't yet, you could promote your social media. If you go to our page, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you can share right now. You have 30 seconds
Okay.
before the start.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
It's the peak.
I was at Sierra High School Saturday night. My daughter was in the eating plant, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah.
They did the production. She's in the.
Aw.
Laundry.
I'm excited for Small Business Week. What are we doing this year? I haven't even looked yet.
Busy.
Well, we're back. Welcome back to the Peak News. Thanks for joining us on our weekly theme of business and culture today. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we love guest hosting for the Watchman Haim Goldman, giving him a little break. So I'm a little area, Lisa. He looked like he needed us to give him a break.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he does such great work, and his vision for the peak is incredible.
Yes.
So we are honored to be here. Business and culture is the headline and what it means to us in the region.
So, joining us again today is Brandon and Heather discussing business and culture. First thing is the state of entrepreneurship. Brandon, what do you feel that our state of entrepreneurship is here in the Springs?
This is a great question because we saw some high profile businesses close last year. And, I think there was a concern that maybe this was going to percolate more and more. The irony is that the state of Colorado had more business registrations last year. My center, we actually had 55 small businesses say that we helped them start their business last year, which is a 6-year record for us. And so we are seeing more folks say, you know what, I'm going to turn to entrepreneurship. I'm going to see if there's an additional source of revenue for my family by doing this. And so, yes, there are some businesses that have closed, but there are a lot of businesses that are coming up behind and really filling that gap. I think the concern has really been when the economists tell you, well, the economy stabilized and, everything's going good. But then I, as a business owner, am paying 300% more in rent than I was 6 years ago. That's tough. And so we're trying to stabilize that still. And I think that a lot of businesses are starting to figure some of that out, but there's still a lot of growing pains to go through. And, that's why the Thrive Network, that's why the SBDC exists, to help kind of support them through some of those ups and downs. It's that resiliency mindset that I think is really prudent.
Ooh, my favorite word.
Is that your favorite word?
Yes.
I wonder why. Heather, same with you. We know the state of entrepreneurship because how important entrepreneurship is in our culture. So how would you frame the state of entrepreneurship right now?
I think I would echo a lot of what Brandon said. I mean, we're definitely, we're still seeing, 40 to 60 applicants per cohort. So the people want to start businesses. They want to be able to raise their median household income and take better care of their families and build wealth. And they certainly understand that's the way to do it. I think what I see more now, as Brandon said, with the increase in rents and cost of products and services and materials and the things that they need to purchase, cash flow is the biggest issue right now. And so that is something that most business owners, and this is just in general, aren't very good at, is the financial piece of it. And so my advice to people is reach out now more than ever at the SBDC, at Thrive, at all of the great resources here in the community, and really focus on your cash flow and your financials. Those that are doing that are hitting record numbers. They're doing very well in their businesses.
Awesome.
But if they're not focused on that, that's where I see an issue.
Yeah, and what's so really cool, Lisa, is that we have two of the people that can really guide businesses and entrepreneurs to the resources that they need to go to.
Yes.
So you're welcome, Colorado Springs.
Yes,
By the
you
way.
are welcome.
Yes. What's article number 2, Lisa?
All right. So the overwhelming amount of data, Frank.
Oh, my. It sounds like I might be the one to have picked these things out, right?
Yes.
Yes, because, I made a note here that 5 quintillion bytes of data is created every day. Only 0.5% of all data is ever analyzed or used. Every 2 days, we develop as much information as we did between the dawn of civilization in 2003. Also, by 2020, we were creating 1.7 megabytes of new information every second for every human being on the earth. How in the world, Heather, do we process this as business people trying to make it?
Yeah, that's a great question. First, we have to make sure it's reliable data, right? That's the first hurdle is what we're looking at, reliable, and then how to really look at that information. Data is key in a business, and the businesses that are just starting out, if they're not solving a problem and they don't know that data, unfortunately, with our economy the way it is, people aren't just going out to spend money. So you've got to be solving a problem.
Yes.
That requires a lot of looking at data, a lot of market research. I mean, even in our program, we spend 3 weeks on market research alone because
Wow.
it's that important. And so going to those places, like the library has an incredible database you can access with your library card.
Oh, yeah.
Chamber and EDC has the Size Up COS. There's a lot of places you could go. You got to know how to navigate that and then know how to take that information deeper and say, how does this apply to what I'm trying to do?
Frank, I have a quantum computer in my back pocket, so it just processes all that information for me. No, I think I like where Heather's going with this because as consultants and folks that are in the small business world, data to us translates to marketing and being hyper vigilant in your clientele and understanding who your market is. And that's why we use these data analytic tools like the Vertical IQs, the IBIS Worlds, the library. We actually just struck an agreement with the Colorado Springs Chamber where the Size Up COS tool, if you are either a member of the chamber or come to the Pikes Peak SBDC, we'll give you the pro version at no cost. So you even get even more data points. And this is really prudent because if you're going to drill in and say, I'm going to open a coffee shop, or I'm going to start a new consulting business, or I'm going to have a food truck, you probably want to know where to park that food truck and where the best times of the day and the best days of the week and all those things.
Yeah.
These data analytic tools are so valuable when you're growing that business plan. Business plan is the name of the game for us.
It is.
You know,
All right. What about the trust deficit, though, Frank?
Well,
Right? I mean,
yes.
trust. Let's talk about trust. So, we have a crisis of that. Francis Fukuyama, Stanford Senior Fellow, a nation's well being, as well as its ability to compete, is conditioned by a single pervasive cultural characteristic. The level of trust inherent in the society. Only 45% of employees have trust and confidence in senior management, and only 18% of people believe business leaders telling the truth, only 13% for employees.
For government employees.
For government employees, excuse
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Only 18% believe that business leaders tell the truth, and only 13% for government employees.
Crazy.
I would call that a crisis of trust.
Yes.
Right? So we
Mhm.
look at all the data. We have to run data to be able to uncover and unpack what we need to do as a business. But when you have that lower level of trust, do you succinctly and quickly do you think that business people embrace the data that's coming down the pike with that lack of trust?
I'm going to pivot from that question just a little bit. So first off, I'm going to give a plug for Heather. I understand you're on the board for the Pikes Peak Workforce Center.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Thank
Those
you.
are great partners over there. And I'm on the board for the BBB of Southern Colorado. And that's kind of our shtick over there, right? Is building a business you can trust. And we talk about these types of numbers a lot as a board member, and we hear this data, and the government one, it doesn't surprise me. That's something we've seen percolate so many times. But for us, I think obviously the data is important, but then how you interpret the data and what you do with that is so important. I think a lot of folks are turning to AI on helping digest that and helping to know what to do with it. Because number one, you're looking at a productivity problem. Your peers are using AI and they're starting to, answer emails faster and they're, putting together reports faster, and you're going, man, that's, a little bit quicker and maybe better than what I could have done. And so you're starting to turn to some of these tools. And that's where I think it's very concerning, is to make sure that you're sourcing the right places. So if you're using AI tools, making sure you're getting your sources. That's why I love that Perplexity app, by the way. So anyways, that's my take on the trust piece.
Right on. We'll come back. We'll re-engage that a little bit more. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And you're listening to The Peak on AM 1460, FM 101.1. The Answer. Coming up next after a short news break, we'll be talking with Brandon and Heather some more about the theme of business and culture.
Sorry, I thought you were going to get a chance to go after that.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Let's give you a
need to
shout
answer
out for
every
your
question.
Pikes Peak Workforce
Well,
Center
thank
board.
you.
Yes.
It was very strategic. I'm applying to become a
Craig.
school right now.
Yeah, you told me that. That's fantastic.
So much work.
That's great funding, though.
Craig Summer.
I wouldn't want that
What's
work, though.
everyone doing?
We're doing
Fabulous.
good.
How are we
Good.
doing?
I didn't get one of
Sound good?
these though. What's up with that?
Oh, I got it from home.
Oh, okay.
I was at the Botanical Gardens.
All right. Well,
Oh.
good.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. In the fifth segment, is it? Yeah. In the fifth segment, it's gonna be 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the Jim Grant. So just gonna let you know about that.
Yep.
And your guys' levels are getting more good. All I have to do is edit that after the show.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, if there's any long levels, like as far as balancing,
Mhm.
it's here.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
So we're staying on point though.
Yes.
Pretty
We're
well.
good?
Good.
Yeah,
good.
we're going good.
Yeah, good. Good.
Cool. Because you know we want to win. We're very competitive.
How do you win at this? What is winning?
Oh, right.
What
I
is
don't even
winning?
know what that means.
We're looking for hosts for the next.
All the
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
all the people are winning.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Winners.
I just want to let you know that I don't know if you can tell, but the volume for you is over here for the headphones.
Yeah, he told me. Thank you.
You can just adjust that.
So I can turn it
All right,
up.
I'll leave you guys
Should I
be,
turn it
and
up on you?
you're on-
You don't
you're
you
on
dare.
level.
It's so
Okay.
loud already.
You want me to turn it down?
Okay, so we didn't touch leadership.
That's what we got.
So we'll touch that, and then you want to loop back
Yep.
to that.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
I do.
All right. So do you restart that, or they restart it for you?
I
the timer?
restart it.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Dun dun.
Dun,
Got a
dun,
12-minute
dun, dun.
segment coming up, so
Yeah.
Dun,
you
this
got
next
it.
dun, dun,
segment we can throw caution to the wind.
We
guys.
can.
Frank, I got
Nick-
this saying: if you give me a mic, I'm gonna talk in it. So.
Yes.
I know you, brother. So you
We
didn't have
all
to tell
know
me
you.
that.
You think a
We are
12-minute
friends.
segment scares me? Come on. Give me a mic, I'm gonna talk in it.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you.
Remember, I started beatboxing at the Ascenso graduation.
Are you?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was just like an empty mic,
Oh,
and I
awesome.
just started.
So good at it.
Who's
I'm like,
that?
I was there.
Damn it,
A bebopping? Oh.
Remember to restart the timer.
I hit it when he's ready.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I love Frank. I can't with him. Oh, we can do that.
Well, we're back with at the peak, Frank.
Lisa.
We're in for the great Haim Goldman at the peak, and we're so glad that you would join us. We got the incredible Brendan and Heather here with us this afternoon, guys. We can't thank you enough. We can't
Thank you.
think of two humans that we would rather have, right, Lisa?
And
All
they
right.
carved us into their very busy schedule. So thank you again.
You're very welcome. Thanks
Yes.
for having us.
You bet. We're so glad to have you. So we're back talking about business and culture, Lisa.
Yes.
I think I got kind of lost there a little bit. Did you?
Yeah, well, we were unable to talk about leadership, which is so needed, right, with business and culture. So, Heather, what's your take on leadership with business and culture here?
I think, to me, leadership and personal development goes hand in hand with entrepreneurship. And I tell people this all the time. I've seen businesses where they are good at what they do, the craft that they do, but if you're not good at leading others, if you're not good at being ethical in business and working on good communication skills, good resiliency skills, you're not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that important. I think that's why at Thrive we spend so much time really focused on that personal development first, because it's a key piece to that, and the leadership aspect, getting plugged in to places where you can learn, where you can develop, and where you can continue to grow in that leadership space, because that's going to be important as your business grows.
Right on. How about you, Brandon?
Well, I love that the Thrive Network, you spend your first half of your cohort really just talking about mindset and getting in that place. I'm a recovering banker, and so I spent many years doing banking. And so I come from a leadership role in that space. And I find that people who have some of those experiences leading people tend to be better entrepreneurs, to Heather's point, because you've had to make really prudent decisions for your people. And when you're in that decision-making process, it helps you unlock some of those higher thinking elements in your brain, so that you're thinking about, well, if I just got a contract, the tendency is to say, well, I'm going to spend it down and I'm going to use it to buy that new piece of equipment or whatever you've been thinking about. But being disciplined in your budget and with your people and decisions you have to make, that's a lot of there's a lot of planning that goes into that. So I think from a leadership perspective, it's just about being strategic in the way you deal with your business.
Yeah, and I would say leaders nowadays, I mean, we talked about the trust problem, right, Frank? So with trust, I mean, a lot of leaders don't have the trust of their staff, and that's why we see a lot of people coming and going through different companies. So that's where resilience really comes in for leadership. Like, they're having to step up or step out of their positions today. What do you think on that, Frank?
Well, over a recent 12-month period, 76% of employees observed illegal or unethical conduct on the job, conduct which, if exposed, would seriously violate the public trust. 76% have seen that.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I love what Heather mentioned, because she sort of intertwined personal development with leadership. So what is it? Is it the egg or the chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's both, right?
Yes.
I mean, I say more the personal development comes first, because how your personal finances are is going to mirror your business finances. How you treat people in your personal life is how you're going to treat your customers and your staff. And so that really has to be under wraps. If nothing else, you need to be working on it and aware of it before you launch the business, in my opinion. So that would probably come first.
One of the hardest things to do is to look in the mirror.
It is. And when I look at businesses that want to scale and those owners want to get out of that day to day, they're stopping themselves because they're not willing to develop as a leader. Leadership essentially is the people wanting to follow you. So how do you grow a business if nobody wants to be like you?
Right.
Right. As John Maxwell so famously said, if you think you're leading and you look behind you, no one's following, you're only taking a walk.
Yes.
That's right.
Right? So,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. Who wants to take a walk? Just take a walk, just to be taking a walk. So we need leaders. We've seen that at every level. And we're going to come back and talk about that a little more. Once again, I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
You're listening to The Peak on AM 101.1, AM 1460. The Answer coming up next. After a short break, we will get back into our discussion on business and culture.
You're here? Is that...
We need to do this thing. I'm Brandon.
I know.
So
we should get our own show,
And
right?
I'm Heather.
And I'm Heather. And we are business in the Pikes Peak region.
Oh, no.
How long is this
In our
break?
spare time, right?
I don't know how long the break is.
So where are we at now?
Yeah, that's the break on the top, right?
Yeah. So you did this?
Hey, good
We
job.
didn't ever get down there yet.
Is
We're
it-
still
is
on number
he-
3. This is the fourth
So Jim
segment.
Miller...
I think I'm going
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were right. I was wrong.
Oh my God. Can you say that again?
You were right. I was wrong.
I heard it. I was recording it.
Oh my gosh.
Do you mark that on the calendar?
I know.
Like I never say that.
Good?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Fantastic. Anybody need water, coffee, anything?
No.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks
Okay,
again.
good. So
Hank.
now we have... Now we can have fun. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
She said like we hadn't been having fun already.
Well, I'm going to have more fun on the next one. The next one's the 12-minute one.
Yeah. That was a
I was
5
gonna
minute.
I was gonna say that was
the
not
fastest
5
12
minutes, 30
I know. That's
Typical
what-
guy.
I'm
That's
like,
I got
not
ahead of
minutes.
us.
he was way ahead. Oh God, that was bad. We're on Facebook Live, people.
Don't worry about
What do you
it.
say?
Like later,
Typical
Frank.
guy. That's not 12 minutes.
It's only 5.5 minutes.
Just a minute.
Don't worry, I won't ask you to measure any inches of anything.
Mention church voter guides for the city council elections
All right.
that are online, churchvoterguides.org, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Interviewed the candidates.
He wants you to put that plug in. You do it. We don't like politics.
At all.
Really draw the line.
Me neither. I was like, I'm going to go into politics. And then I quickly was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to go travel the
Hey,
world.
remember I
Yeah.
told you, I'm, not,
Deuces.
I'm never going in.
No,
Nope. Nope.
that was a
nope.
dumb idea. You should have told me. Smack, smack, smack.
Hey, I said I'd support you.
Even Kimberly, she's like, I'm never running again. I'm like, yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
We are back. I'm Frank,
I'm Lisa.
and we're the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa that actually comes on every Monday. So we did this morning, Lisa. We had some amazing shows this morning, didn't we?
Yes, we did 4 shows. We did 2 of our live Instagram around the world. We were in India,
In India. Yes.
and the other guy was in Denver, about to head to Greece.
Yeah, he was Greek.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. So,
Mhm.
man, I had a great time there. 2 full hour shows as well. Let me just mention the church voter guide. You need the 2025 elections, Colorado Springs City Council and of the Pikes Peak Region School Boards is happening right now. You need to go to www.churchvoterguides.org and you can be informed about this coming election that's right around the corner.
Awesome. So we're back to discussing business and culture and off of politics. Even though that kind of feels political when we start digging deep into the business and culture sometimes in the city, right?
Right. Yeah. We all know how political work can get at times
Yes.
as well, right? Well, we have Brandon. I'm going to call you Kurt,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Brandon
Brandon
Eldridge
Eldridge.
from Small Business Development Center and the great Heather McBroom from the Thrive Network here with us today. And we got an opportunity to talk about business and culture, but the theme of leadership, Lisa. Let's stay there for a minute.
Yes.
Can we stay there for a minute? Okay.
Let's do it.
Because I got something I wanted to read to them. See, I was doing
Of
my
course
own
you
work
do.
this morning.
Good
Yeah,
job,
you-
Frank.
Right.
Yeah. Gold star for you, sir.
Well, could I get it on the forehead? Right. Bruno Martinuzzi cited a study conducted by an organization called Economic Intelligence Unit. In that, he says that the top 3 leadership qualities are the ability to motivate staff, 35%, the ability to work well across cultures, 34%, and the ability to facilitate change, 32%. That those were the top 3 things that leaders needed to master in order to create organizations that can move forward in a great and a substantial way.
How recent is that study?
That study is brand new.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Why
I'm just curious.
Oh, I thought
So-
you were going to refute it or
Nope,
something.
I'm just
No,
curious. That's
Dr. Lisa
awesome.
Sennett here. Yeah, so that's the study, guys. So give me some feedback. Give me your thoughts on those 3 leadership places.
So I like to think about entrepreneurship as somebody who is willing to walk out on the ledge and really just take a jump of faith, right? And I think that takes vision. I think that takes somebody who's bold. And those are some virtues of somebody who's got a lot of leadership qualities. Know thyself. I mean, I think if you can know your limits and know what you're capable of doing, and then surrounding yourself with people that help fill the gap, I think that's where you see real leadership come into play.
Yes.
And I've made it a practice to try and surround myself with people that are smarter than me everywhere I go.
All day.
And I'm in a constant state of leadership because I'm working with 45 advisors. I have a staff over at the SBDC, and then I serve on boards and I serve in different spaces in the community. And so I'm constantly finding myself surrounded by folks that are smarter than me, usually, Frank. So for me, it's just about understanding your limitations, understanding what you're capable of doing, and then building those people around you that are really great at what they do. I think that's the beauty of our model at the SBDC is you come to us, maybe you know how to be a plumber or a tradesman or an advisor or whatever it is that you do really well. But then you come to us and we can help you build that website, and we help you understand your marketing strategies, and we help you build your P&Ls and balance sheets so that, to Heather's point, your cash flow is positive and you can actually make money doing what you want to do. We work with a lot of creatives, and creatives are just all over the place, right? But the reality is they have to hone that down and start to find folks around, and that's real leadership, even when you talk about somebody in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Yeah, and I think we would be remiss if we didn't throw out that mentorship is so important in the space of leadership. I see so many people that want to lead but don't want to follow. They never learn followership,
Yes.
right? So it's very difficult really to step into a place leading others when you haven't learned to follow well. And sometimes I see in our city even, I know I'm not talking about either of you, but I see in our city often people that have a very difficult time with their egos and the ability to take direction and advice from people outside of their organizations that can really uncover some blind spots and some opportunities for them to be better leaders for the good of all.
Well,
Yes.
this is what I love about our ecosystem for small business. We almost have too many resources. Sometimes people get confused because
Yes.
they don't know if they should go to Exponential Impact or Thrive or Downtown Partnership. Where am I going? And, yes, you can come to SBDC. Yes, you can go to the Thrive Network. And the reality is we're probably going to point you to the lane that's going to help you the most in that time. Heather, I think we've done a really great job of thinking abundantly about this community and how to support small business.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, there's definitely enough space for all of us because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, and that's for the businesses in this region to be successful. And so, even at Thrive, in fact, tonight we have a class held at the SBDC
Oh, yeah.
where all of the resources come in because we want them to know this. So I always say leadership is not a destination, it's a journey.
Yes.
And nobody ever gets to be there, right? I still am working on leadership.
Right.
And I've been leading for years.
Yes.
So you continue to work on it. The more you develop yourself, the more you know your core values and make sure that you're living up to those, the more that you're really understanding your why. To me, that's the beginning steps into leadership. Then learning some of the tools that help you to lead others is something you get along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I see people jump into leadership and they do too much. And I'm like, so be intentional about the leadership growth that you're doing. Do one thing a year. You don't have to try to get to the end. This isn't a race. Be a little bit better than you were the year before. And I see that slower, intentional leadership in business is making that success, making those connections with your people.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to looking in the mirror. For leaders to really truly look in the mirror and self-identify what is happening. If they are getting bad feedback from customers, what's happening with the employees, that's a telltale sign, but are they going to truly look in the mirror and start from the top working within themselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah, such good feedback there, young lady. Yeah, I was looking at you that way, Heather, because, what you speak of is what you walk through.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
I was going
God.
to say, if
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
knows, you two have known me longer than anybody. So
Yes.
you've seen some of the leadership development that I still continue to work on. I mean, I
You're
just joined
right.
a new
It's a
leadership
journey.
program.
It's
Yeah.
a total journey.
Absolutely, it's a journey. I know if you think you arrive in this space, man, you probably really kind of suck.
Frank,
Or you're taking the walk.
there you go, taking a walk. I heard a
Better way
term.
to frame it, right? Yeah.
I heard this term gigapreneur. It's like your side gig. So Heather and I work with a lot of gigapreneurs. And I love what you're saying, Heather, because, knowing your limitations, but knowing that there are people out there to support the work that you want to do. I think that it can be overwhelming to think about your idea as a business because you're already working a day job. You're already providing in some capacity. And now to take on another venture can be, a bit of a daunting task. And so I think that's why our organizations exist, because we want to help turn those dreams into a reality. And you can only do that when you're uplifted by community. You can only do that when you're supported by not just one, but not just two, but multiple organizations that are there to say, hey, you're going to open your store one day, kid, and that store is going to be really awesome and very impactful to this community, and you're going to have the resources around you to do it. And that's why our organizations exist.
Yeah, and I think even if it's similar content, it hits different depending on where you're at in your business.
Yes.
What you listen to at Thrive before you've even launched is going to hit different than getting that same information at SBDC when you've been in business a year and you're looking specifically for that help. People tell me all the time, well, you all do the same thing. I'm like, but not really. I mean, and it's going to hit different, right? You're going to hear different things. You're going to implement it differently. You need that. You need that continual. You don't learn about marketing in one class, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
learn about marketing over and over. And as things change, again, you learn, right?
Yep.
So I say it's continual. You need us always.
Yes.
It doesn't stop, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
For sure.
You know, we talk about business culture a lot in the Springs because there's a specific culture that's been designed here. When we come back for segment 5, we're going to drill down and talk about the specific culture that we have here in Colorado Springs and how potential entrepreneurs and people that are looking to advance business here need to approach this culture. I think it's so important because a lot of times we think cookie cutter, right? Everyone can just generalize business. You can't. You got to know where you're doing business, why you're doing business, and why anyone would care, right? So and once you do unwrapping that in the specific culture that you're in, things can really take off, right? So, Lisa,
Yes, Frank.
you know what? When we come back, we'll talk about business leadership a little bit more with Brandon and Heather. And of course, we'll complete the broadcast with just the guy, Jim Miller, and his Peak Rants. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
You're listening to The Peak on AM 1460, FM 101.1. The Answer. We'll be right back with The Peak.
Your voice was born for this.
Would it be appropriate to bring up Small Business Week in the next segment?
We need to squeeze
Can I
that in.
tie it in? I can tie it into
I almost want to hear this guy's rant.
when you said the segue, you did a little segue for the next section
Yeah.
about the culture we're building as a community. Can I use that as a segue for Small Business Week and how it's inclusive to the
absolutely.
to
Yeah,
the region?
It's the best time because we've
Okay.
got 5 minutes for commentary.
Okay.
So yeah. And then we close out, and it's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, close out. This last time is your last hurrah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Segment,
So-
okay, yeah.
So the gym one's gonna be again 2 minutes and 24 seconds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a signal on earlier or on time, depending on what the show's like. So after that, then I'm gonna play it for you guys.
Are we on segment 5 coming up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
segment
I was
5.
like-
We are, right?
He's
Yeah.
gonna give
Okay,
you
good.
a countdown of when you need to go
Yes.
out in order so we don't have to cut Jim off.
Yes.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yes, I need to make sure that I press it on time or earlier.
And then obviously you did pull out extra early this last time.
I did.
You didn't notice that?
But that's
We
all right.
talked about that, Frank.
But that's all right. We-
No, you left and we played the whole 30-second buffer.
No,
But that's
you're
all
right.
right.
Just now.
But that's all right.
I thought he was giving me the signal
No,
to go.
that's 30 seconds.
Oh, that's what that means.
So
Okay.
if I do this, then it's 1 minute. What I'm doing is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't mean that it's like in minutes. It's like in seconds.
No, but you were doing this 30 seconds.
didn't
and you
get
thought
it.
you
Yeah.
could stop.
No, I mean like.
Yeah.
was
I thought we were
30
right
seconds.
at the
This
time
is
to
wrap
go
up.
into the outro. So, okay, no biggie.
No,
One
we
time out of 5, we've done all right.
Yeah.
And people just get to listen to the music. It's not like
Yeah.
too bad of a thing.
Right, yeah.
As long as you didn't end before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
there was-
least I already level
Yeah, you aren't
basic,
premature.
so we're
It's
doing
okay.
Yeah. That was dry. Bring the music on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, if you want, you can speak closer to the mic too.
Okay. Yeah.
I
My
mean,
voice
we
is
can try to
just
do louder, but if you want. But
yeah.
The level will be fine.
Yeah. He adjusted it.
Mm.
This is just a taste of our life.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
So many inappropriate jokes.
I see
so
what you
many.
mean.
We don't do a lot of those. Shit, Lisa won't let me do a lot
No.
of inappropriate jokes.
Yeah,
It's true.
good. Keep them in line.
I'll tell your wife.
She's probably listening.
That's my cue.
Thanks,
Can't
guys.
tell my baby.
Okay, I better go back to the booth.
Okay, my friend.
Yeah, your baby just needs to go online and listen in. Our spouses barely listen to our shows. It's hilarious.
Really?
We're always talking to them and
Yeah.
throughout the shows.
Yeah. You're talking to them in your shows,
Oh, yeah.
and they don't ever like
We'll be like,
listen
yeah,
to
da
it.
da 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 da,
Yeah.
John and
Yeah, because they
Michelle.
got
We're talking.
day
It was
lives.
probably
Yeah, they have
good
day
because we'd be
lives. They have day
jamming
jobs.
them up and stuff. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
I'm always lifting up John, saying, "How do you marry her?
Yeah.
How do you do that?"
You spend as much time with her as he does.
Yes. It's true. Facts.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Frank,
Lisa.
we're the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa filling in for the great Haim Goldman today on the Peak. And we have Brandon and Heather here with us talking about business and culture. Brandon, take us away.
Sir.
I'm not even going to lead into it.
Oh, okay.
Because you got some good stuff that people would rather hear rather than
Well,
us.
well, thank you for that. And we were talking about this community that we're building as we went into break, and I wanted to share a really awesome event that's very inclusive of our whole community, and it's our Small Business Week celebration. So, coming up the first week of May, so May 4th through May 10th, rather. The Pikes Peak region is going to be celebrating National Small Business Week yet again. This is one of the biggest celebrations in the country.
Always awesome.
We have a great time, and I got to tell you, we kick it off with a bash. And so at the bash, we're going to recognize some really awesome entrepreneurs and people that have been supporting small business in our community. Heather actually is a previous champion winner for Small Business Week. So good job, Heather.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so if you want to participate in the week, you want to maybe nominate somebody who's supporting small business, maybe nominate your veteran-owned small business of the year or your young entrepreneur of the year, you just simply go to coloradospringschamberedc.com/SBW. So an easier way is just Google Small Business Week Colorado Springs, and it'll take you to our landing page. And this year, our theme is Legacy of the Peak.
Ooh, I love it.
Resiliency in action. So there you go. There you go, Lisa. So we're really embracing the fact that small businesses are going through a resilient time right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so our marketing is all around embracing the old and forging a path for the new. And so this is going to be an awesome awards. We're going to be at COS City Hub on Monday, May 5th for an awards bash where we're going to celebrate those small businesses. And we've got a full week of opportunities, an AI workshop that we're going to do over at Glen Erie. We're going to have Mayor Yemi actually doing a small business listening tour stop that Thursday over at Catalyst Campus.
Wow.
So the folks that want to, tell the mayor what's really going on with your business, that's a great opportunity to come hang out, have lunch, and participate in these roundtable discussions. We really want to hear from the small business community for that. And then we round off the week over at the Alexander for a really nice networking event. So we're trying to pick historical venues to kind of embrace that legacy of the peak theme.
Love it.
And I can't be more excited to do this again with our trifecta, the Colorado Springs Chamber EDC, the BBB of Southern Colorado, the Pikes Peak SBDC, and once again presented by U.S. Bank. So thankful to U.S. Bank and their support of this week.
Awesome. Who's doing your AI? Is that Joshua?
So Jonathan Lieber is doing a brand new, fresh AI workshop. This is something that nobody has heard except for the board over at the BBB. And we're talking about this new culture where you used to have to pay attention to your SEO. Have you ever heard about AEO?
No.
Answer engine optimization. So I know you've heard about search engine optimization,
Yep.
but this whole thing where people go to these chatbots and they ask questions, and then your chatbot leads you to your website. How does it do that? And why is AI actually figuring out who's the resources in that small business? And so Jonathan's going to have a really great talk about how to leverage this AEI culture, or AEO rather, culture that's happening in our society today.
He is always cutting edge and excellent at speaking too. So
It's beautiful. We have a monthly workshop that's free that people are attending every month. I call it my AI emotional support group because we're learning so much every single month. It's amazing. I love it.
I need to go.
Oh, you
Heather,
got to
do you have
come.
anything that you want to share real quick?
No, I just want everybody to support Small Business Week.
Yes.
I mean, even as an entrepreneur in this region, I've gone every single year. I learn something, I make new connections,
Yeah.
and not maybe nominate people. Nominate people, you guys. Come on.
Yes.
We've had Thrive graduates that have won awards.
Absolutely.
This has been life changing in their businesses and stuff. So please.
This is your opportunity to pay it forward. You talk about leadership.
Yes.
Leadership is propping others up. And so if you're a leader out there, you need to go nominate somebody for the Small Business Week. We really want those.
We do indeed. Absolutely. Thank you guys for being a part of our radio
Thank
show
you.
today. You know, and now the Peak Rants with just a guy, Jim Miller, and his take on real estate.
Mm.
This is to promote the next two shows. in the next episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you want to do this, and then I
Where's this thing you just gave me?
here.
I just want to take a picture 'cause I don't want to
We're
do
not
this.
talking again over here,
I
right?
also have this info.
Lisa, we're not talking anymore. We're done talking.
No. We'll thank you at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna open up with that, and then. Can you hear me? Are you gonna open up? You gonna open with this,
Yes,
and then I'll jump into this.
yeah.
Okay.
We only got
What
2
about-
minutes and 20 seconds.
You already did this.
Yep.
There was a guy who wrote a book about Pikes Peak.
Oh no, it says
Yes.
you do
Oh, because I met him at
this
Kono.
here.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
This is
I read his book. I loved it.
Okay.
So she
Awesome.
Here.
But so there's all the nominations and then register page there. And so you'll be able to go and buy tickets through that. So we have all of the
Did you already send out the?
Yeah, we really only have a minute because it says closing music comes in at 1:20.
We can
what?
still talk during the closing music.
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a media kit for us to start promoting for you.
We're
Do
working.
you
I
want
just
us
had a committee
to
meeting today at noon.
this or not?
So
What?
we're coming out with a lot
That's
of
why
this.
I pointed for you to say.
I'm not, we're not going to be able to.
Okay, sweet. Sweet.
Andy's there and she'll take it.
It should be ready by Thursday. Last week, my marketing lady was on vacation, my graphic designer, so we were on pause for a week. So plus we were buried in other work. But, you know how it goes. So
Yeah, if she can bring it by then Andy will jump right on it.
beautiful. Thank you.
I can't see him.
So
How
I,
many more minutes do we have?
I don't listen to live radio anymore. I only listen to podcasts.
Mm.
But so like even some of the live radio shows I'll listen to. So like Dirk's show, I listen to
Yeah.
it on my Spotify. And it's amazing how much time is filled with commercials when you listen to live
Yes.
radio.
Right?
It's like half the show.
People
Well,
pay
somebody
top
gotta
dollar.
pay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
You
half
get
the
it
show.
done,
But when
yeah.
you listen to a podcast form, you skip all the commercials.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was doing a radio show, I had to get like 12, 30-second spots on
Mm.
in an hour.
That's 6 minutes of commercials. And you have 5 minutes of content.
Exactly.
You hungry?
Dad's Donuts. You know where that is?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Downtown.
Oh, is
Right
it?
across from Denver biscuit.
Is it really?
They take the bit. It takes 4 days to make a donut because it's layered.
150
It's like
layers.
croissant layer
Takes 4 days for it to
with flavor
rise.
in between. Amazing. Best donut.
It's not a
Do they make
donut. It's a
gluten-free
cronut.
ones?
It's a cronut.
It's a cronut.
They probably don't make gluten-free, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I wish.
I think that's part of the rising process is that needs the gluten.
Yeah,
Here's your donuts.
That gluten-free stuff sucks anyways.
I know. It's my world.
Yeah, so good.
Were you just now discovering Dad's donuts?
He just heard the commercial, so yeah.
Oh.
1 minute.
I bought Dad's donuts for my staff last Monday.
What? I'm gonna come work for you.
I brought them all donuts. They're $5 donut per donut.
They
Oh, I
are.
believe it.
They're expensive,
Yeah,
but they're worth every penny.
probably each one probably weighs what, 10 pounds?
In your belly, yes.
And then this is you. This is you, right?
How old's your youngest?
Thank you for joining us for the Peak News. We hope that you are enjoying our hyper local news talk and are considering joining us as part of the volunteer news team as a citizen journalist, tech, or intern, or as a Peak partner sponsor. Thank you to the Watchman, Chaim Goldman, for inviting us to today's hostings with the Be Encouraged show while he takes some much needed time off.
Indeed. Also, thank you to Salem Media and all the Peak News sponsors. We air Monday through Friday, so we'll be back tomorrow, but with a new guest host, whom I don't know who that is, but is that here? No? They heard all of that. I don't know who the new guest, but it's a surprise, so it's going to be an awesome person. And their guests, and they'll have a guest on with them as well. Upcoming shows this week, Chaim Goldman, the Watchman, is back. Government and Politics Tuesday. Our guest is Michael, I don't know how to say this, TSOGT, policy analyst at the Advanced Colorado Institute with policy expertise in the realm of education, budget, fiscal matters, and public safety, discussing how local legislation impacts you and your family and the current Colorado Springs City Council election. And on Faith and Family Wednesday, our guest is Jim Miller, co-founder and operations manager of Crossfire Ministries. He will be back tackling the issues of food insecurity in our region and how Crossfire helps working families overcome it in the most honorable way. So stay tuned next for the Larry Elder Show is coming up next on AM 1460, FM 101.1. The Answer, the Peak, we say the quiet stuff out loud.